Satnam, and welcome to today's Kundalini Yoga, as taught by Yogi Bhajan. My name is Ann Taylor. It's my honor to lead you in yoga this morning. Begin by placing your sitting bones firmly on the ground. Feel the connection between your sitting bones and the earth. Feel yourself rooting down. And then notice your spine. Allow the spine to lengthen. Shoulders are down and relaxed. The chin is in a slight neck lock, Jalandhaband. The eyes are closed, rolled up slightly, focusing on the third eye point. And begin long, deep breathing. Beginning with the navel point, have awareness of your navel as you gently expand the belly, bringing the breath up to the collarbones, opening up the barrel of the rib cage, getting fresh air and prana into all ranges of your lungs as much as possible. Exhaling, reversing the process, coming back down and gently pulling the navel point in. And before we tune in, let an intention arise naturally. We don't always know what our needs are, what our ego thinks it wants. Try to see if you can listen to that gentle voice of the self located in the heart. If nothing specific comes up, just allow the word intention to be present. When we tune in with the Adi mantra by chanting Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, Ong being the infinite creative vibration of the universe. Many traditions say Om. Kundalini Yoga says Ong. Slight difference. Namo, I'm calling upon this intelligence. Gurudev Namo. Guru, going from darkness to lightness, the Guru from within. And as we chant this, we're also connecting to the lineage of teachers and sages of this tradition that came before us, and we call that the golden chain. We'll follow this by the mantra for protection, rubbing the palms of the hands briskly together, placing them at the heart center. Eyes are closed. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siri Gurudev Name, Adgire Name, Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siri Gurudev Name, Adgire Name, Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale, relaxing the hands down. We will begin with the pranayam 1 minute breath, which is a bit of a more advanced pranayam, but that's not a problem as we can scale it down. So the 1 minute breath, as it sounds, the inhale is over 20 seconds, suspend for 20 seconds, and exhale for 20 seconds. Now, the checkpoint is to make sure that the exhalation is nice and smooth and lasts for the complete 20 seconds. You may want to even begin by inhaling for 5 seconds, suspending for 5, exhaling for 5. So that would be a 4-minute breath, 5, 10, 15 seconds times 4. See how you're doing with that. And if that's like easy as can be, then bump it up to inhaling 10 seconds, suspending for 10 seconds, and exhaling for 10 seconds. Again, nice and easy, smooth breath pattern. So naturally, that would be a 2-minute breath. And if your lung capacity is developed and you're been a practicing yogi or yogini for a while, go for the full 1-minute breath. We'll be doing this for 5 minutes. So now let's begin by closing our eyes, both hands in Gyan Mudra, touching the thumb and index fingers, just resting comfortably on your knees. We're going to begin and go at your own pace. As a reminder, inhale, suspend, exhale. You're not holding the breath out. It's not a 4-part, it's a 3-part. And as you're getting into this, I'll just give you one more tip, that if you're finding that you're just almost to the end of the counts for the inhale, but you can't quite take it anymore, then just simply sniff. And you'll get just a tiny little bit more air in. And continue. If the mind begins to wander, return to the focus of the breath. And now completing the round you're on. And then just return to a normal breath. Pranayam. Why do we do pranayam? We are bringing conscious awareness to the breath by counting, suspending, exhaling out in a controlled way. So we're affecting a process that normally goes on automatically in the background. When you're driving a car, you're doing a lot of other things, but you're really not thinking about your breath, usually. And so if you're stressed, if you're in traffic, if you're nervous about a meeting, your breath is affected. And when you're stressed, the sympathetic branch gets amped up. And for a lot of us, we actually live in that state. Either we're thinking about things, which also creates an internal stress. And often enough, we're not really focusing on our breath. So when we bring conscious awareness, we're directing the prana, the life force energy, which rides on the wave of the breath, so that it directs itself where it needs to be in the body. It's a very powerful thing to do. So 1 minute breath would be an excellent 40-day meditation. And again, so you would learn the pranayam. So in other words, if your target was 10 seconds, you would practice for as many days as necessary to really make that feel effortless, and then start your 40 days. That's where the therapeutic benefit really starts to kick in. And I would do that for 11 minutes if you're really trying to work on restoring your nervous system, which in turn then, the longer you do the meditations, the hormonal system will kick in. So by 11 minutes, you're really starting to affect your nervous system, which then in turn affects the hormonal system for balance. So people with autoimmune diseases or serious conditions like that really benefit from pranayam. So I personally included almost every practice in the beginning. So with Kundalini Yoga, you could go anywhere around the world, and there's the basic format. We tune in. There's a warm-up. Sometimes there's warm-up exercises instead of pranayam, the Kriya, the deep relaxation, and then a closing meditation. Okay, so now we are ready, and we are going to do one of our go-to Kriyas, the Awakening to Your 10 Bodies, because it hits all the chakras. So it's part of our routine Kriya that we have in our bag of tricks. So let's begin with stretch pose. And I'll just remind you that if stretch pose is difficult, until you build up your abdomen, you want to make sure the small of your back is pressed against the floor. You can have your knees up. You can have your legs higher, or you can just do one leg at a time. The head is up, and the eyes are open in this case, looking over the toes. This is just for 1 minute. And let's begin. Breath of fire. Remember to engage the navel point. Inhale and relax. And just allow your body to let go for a few moments before we move on to the next. Stretch pose is one of those exercises that it's really important to try to do it at least a couple times a week, if not every day, because then it becomes easier. All the exercises become easier. The navel point, sometimes it's called navel point Kriya. Okay, and now bring your knees to your nose and begin a powerful breath of fire. Excellent. Keep up about 30 seconds. Inhale, and again, relax on your back. All right, and now come back into easy pose as we prepare for ego eradicator. And remembering the ego is, we're not trying to actually eradicate it or burn it out. As the name might imply, it's kind of a little bit of a funny name, meant to be that way. But what we are trying to do is make a realignment about who's boss. So the purpose of yoga is to yoke with that higher wisdom within, that higher intelligence emanates from the heart, the self. It's called the self in the Upanishads, that lives in the heart, and also in Jungian psychology, slightly different context, but the self meaning this central organizing principle of the psyche. So we want that to be our reference point, the self, and not the ego. You know, what is my to-do list today? Let's just make sure it aligns with what the self wants as well. It's the ego has a very important job, and its job is to carry out the higher will of the self. Okay, so now that we've rested sufficiently, let's get ready for ego eradicator, the mudra or hand position. touching the fingertips on the tops of the pads of the hands. The thumbs are out, representing the ego. The arms are up 60 degrees. Try to relax the shoulders as much as possible, keeping the chin in a slight neck lock. Let's begin a breath of fire. Check that your elbows are locked. Excellent. Stay focused. One more minute. Inhale deeply. Touch the thumbs over the head. Spread the fingers. Apply root lock. Squeeze the energy up the spine. Exhale. Repeat one more time. Deep inhale. Suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Squeeze the energy up. Exhale and gracefully relax your hands down through your auric field. And again, we'll just pause for a moment with your eyes closed before we move on. And now spreading your legs wide for life nerve stretch. And try to keep the back straight. And you may feel some pressure in your hips. I know I do. And let's begin by inhaling center. Exhaling as you turn the torso, come down to the left. Inhale up and exhale to the right. If you're able to put your toe and toe lock. Take the two fingers, wrap them around your big toe. Press the thumb into the nail bed, which stimulates the pituitary. Okay, and let's begin. Trying to keep the knees flat on the floor. Leading with the heart center and not the head. Coordinating the breath with the motion, one fluid, unitive flow. And now inhale center, exhale down center. Inhaling up, exhaling down. The stretch is underneath the legs, so it's less important how far you go down than it is to do it correctly. Movements from the hips. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale down, hold the breath out as you come down as far as you're reasonably able to. Excellent. Inhale and come into easy pose. Now let's begin our spinal flex, inhaling forward, exhaling back. The movement comes from the hips. Opening up the heart center as you inhale and relax as you exhale back. The chin remains in a slight neck lock. And finding a pace that works for you. Halfway point, renew your focus. Inhale, center. Exhale, coming into rock pose. As we continue this powerful but simple exercise, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now we're engaging more of the spine, keeping the spine flexible is really key to health. And again, it's fine if you want to have some meditative music as we're practicing, as long as it's not on while we tune in. Stay with the breath. Make sure you're focusing on a nice full inhale and complete exhale. Continuing to move the prana. If someone was next to you, they should be able to hear your powerful breath. Inhale, center. Exhale and relax. Shaking your arms out a little bit if needed. And we've been progressively moving up, and now the next exercise works directly on the heart chakra. Spinal twist, sometimes it's called taking the heart for a ride. Grabbing hold of the shoulders, inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Keep the elbows up and mentally vibrate Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Sat, Nam, silent vibration. Speed is not an issue here. Make sure you are taking complete inhales and exhales. If the mind wanders, and it will, gently call it back to the breath. "30 seconds. A nice open posture, heart center open. Inhale, center. Exhale and relax the arms down for a few moments. So as we practice our exercises using our breath, silent mantra, we're learning to become single pointed in our focus, so that as the thoughts come in, good thoughts, bad thoughts, indifferent thoughts, we'll learn to recognize, I'm thinking, let's come back to the neutral mind and be silent, and try to do that in your daily life. And for example, if you're driving and your mind's just racing, inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam silently. Because what that does is when we stop that chatter for longer and longer periods, that gentle voice of the heart starts to speak. And we learn to develop ears to listen to that. So see if you can start to develop longer periods of time, even during the day, when you're just in neutral mind. Your psyche's in neutral. It's not thinking, it's just being. All right. And now to complete this portion, again, hands are on the shoulders. Inhale as you point your elbows to the ceiling. Touch your wrists without cranking on your neck. And let's begin. Inhale up, exhale down. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow. This is just for 1 minute. Moving into the upper chakras, the throat, and higher regions. Inhale up, suspend the breath. Exhale, relaxing the hands down. Interlacing the fingers into Venus lock. Elbows are locked. On the inhale, raise your arms up 90 degrees, exhale down. So for women, just as a quick reminder, the Venus lock, the left thumb is at the bottom of the stack. For men, it's the opposite. And let's begin. Powerful breath. Excellent. Inhale, relax back into easy pose. As we begin, alternate shoulder shrugs. Lifting the left elbow up on the inhale, the right one naturally will drop. As you exhale, lift the right. And switch sides. Inhale, right up. And now both. Inhale, both shoulders up, suspend the breath. Exhale and relax. And as we continue now, the throat, third eye point, crown, by beginning to inhale as we gently rotate our head to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhaling Sat. Exhaling Nam, a silent vibration. And now reverse, inhale to the right and exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And now the final exercise, one of your favorites, is frogs. So we can do 26 frogs, or if you want to push yourself today and do 54, I'll give us a little bit more time. And again, frogs really just circulate the energy that we've been developing throughout building throughout the whole Kriya set. The down position is like this. The fingers are cupped and placed on the floor. The heels remain off the ground the entire time. And it's inhaling up, exhaling down. And continue at your own pace, whether you do 26 or 54 complete rounds. Up and down is one round. If you're continuing on to 54, excellent. If not, that's fine too. If you're done, come lying down, please, on your back for deep relaxation. I'll wait for a few more moments. Okay, and now let's allow the body to completely relax. I remain seated and hold the space. Arms are out to the sides. Palms are face up. As you just allow your body to adjust itself where needed, you don't have to think about anything. The intelligence of your body and your mind knows where the adjustments are needed, so it's very important to see if you can remain still and let the natural processes happen. Feeling your feet relaxing, your legs are getting heavier. You're feeling the support of Mother Earth. Relaxing the hips. Just consciously letting go of any tension you may be holding there. Relaxing the abdomen, the navel point. Breathing now in through your heart center. Relaxing the throat. Relaxing your arms. All tension now is leaving your body. Relaxing the third eye point. And inhaling deeply. Mentally exhale out through the crown, envisioning gold and white light emanate. And just let go. I will hold the space and call you back shortly. Inhale gently and begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Making small circles with your wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, stretch out your body, arms over the head, toes are pointed the opposite direction. Elongate your spine. Oh, and then arms out to the side for cat stretch. Bringing one knee across your body. The head turns the opposite direction. Shoulders on the floor. If that's very difficult on your lower back, try both knees at once. After you switch sides, rubbing the soles of the feet, palms of the hands, stimulating the nerve endings, grabbing hold of the knees and rocking a couple times on your spine. And please come sitting up for a meditation. And this is a simple meditation. It's actually called Learning to Meditate. And it really helps. It's not just for new students, it's also for seasoned students to really help refine that, finding that point of consciousness and holding it. And so what we're going to want to do is take our right hand and place it on the left so that you can feel your pulse, preferably with all four fingers. So that's going to be on the outer portion of your wrist if you're not familiar with finding your pulse. And so once you have a good sense of that, you're going to mentally vibrate Sat Nam, in cadence with the heartbeat. So you find your heartbeat, you notice it goes lub dub, Sat Nam, and let's begin. The eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. We'll do this for just 5 minutes. So allow yourself to go deeply. You can hold lower if you choose to. Checking, making sure your spine is nice and straight, chin in neck lock. Beautiful. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Deep inhale. Exhale. That's a beautiful little meditation for really getting back into the sync and rhythms of your body, to bring awareness to your heart, to be able to listen to your heart, and just be with your experience for a few moments before we close. And rub the palms of the hands together, placing them at the heart center. The first round of Long Time Sun is for your personal intention. The second round, we will send out peace, love, and much needed healing throughout the world. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale to close. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, and thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day. Now somebody settles down.